Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something you've probably heard of. Fake it till you make it.
Right. It's one of those phrases, isn't it? Some people swear by it, others just cringe.
Exactly. So the question is it actually smart advice sometimes? Or just a recipe for disaster?
And that's what we want to figure out in this deep dive. When does it work? When is it harmful?
Let's try and unpick it based on what we've looked into. Where does this idea even come from, psychologically speaking?
Well, there's this principle of acting as if. It's actually got some basis in psychology. The idea that your actions can, nudge your mindset.
Okay, so behavior influencing thought.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Remember that Harvard Power Pose study? It was pretty controversial later, but the initial idea was fascinating.
The one about body language affecting hormones.
Exactly. Standing tall, acting confident. They suggested it could actually boost testosterone, lower cortisol, make you feel more powerful.
Interesting. And you mentioned a placebo effect, too.
Sort of, yeah. A placebo effect for competence. If you strongly believe you're capable, sometimes that belief alone can genuinely improve how you perform. To a point, obviously.
Ah, okay, to a point. That sounds like the important bit.
It really is. Because these things have limits. You can't just act like, brain surgery and expect it to end well. That's where the whole faking it thing gets really tricky.
Right, so there must be some kind of guidelines, or
Yes.
maybe like golden rules for when this is okay and when it's absolutely not.
That's what it looks like. Based on the research and examples, it seems okay, even beneficial, when you're focusing on things like confidence.
Acting confident before you feel it.
Yeah, like pushing yourself to speak up in a meeting, even if you're nervous. It builds experience.
Mhm.
Also, habits acting like the kind of person you want to become.
Like, if I want to be more organized, I should act like an organized person would.
Sort of, yeah. Start doing the things they do. And optimism, too. Projecting positivity even when things feel uncertain. That can sometimes create a positive feedback loop.
Okay, that makes sense. But where's the danger zone? What shouldn't you fake?
Competence is the big one. Faking skills you just don't have. That's usually heading for failure and, frankly, embarrassment or worse.
Right, claiming expertise you don't possess.
Exactly. And faking your core values is another bad idea. Pretending to believe things you don't, that can lead to a real identity crisis.
Mm-hmm. And faking success, like
Mm.
all surface level stuff.
Yeah, building this image based on, well, nothing solid. It's usually pretty fragile. The key difference seems to be fake the mindset, maybe, but don't fake the actual skill set or the facts.
That reminds me of Amy Cuddy's reframing.
Yeah.
She suggested, fake it till you become it.
Yes, that feels much more constructive, doesn't it? The aim is genuine growth, not just putting on a mask forever.
Let's make this real with examples. Steve Jobs and Apple in the early days.
No, definitely. He projected this huge vision, this image of a company that was already changing the world, even when it was, tiny.
It was about belief,
Yeah,
right? Selling that vision.
absolutely. That belief was probably infectious. It likely helped shape the reality. Now, contrast that with, say, Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, polar opposite. Theranos.
Completely. She wasn't just selling a future vision. She was actively misrepresenting the current state of her technology, faking competence in a really critical field.
Medical tech. High stakes.
Extremely high stakes. And the consequences were, well, severe. Legal trouble, company collapse, the works.
So one was faking, or rather projecting belief. The other was faking facts and competence. Huge difference.
That's the crux of it. Vision versus deception.
Okay, so for you listening, maybe a little challenge for the week.
Go on.
Pick one small area where you could try acting as if. Maybe it's just projecting a bit more confidence in your next presentation, or trying to seem calmer when you feel stressed. Just one specific thing.
And at the same time,
Pinpoint one area where authenticity is non-negotiable for you. Your core skills, your ethics, something you won't fake.
see what happens.
Yeah, just notice the difference. Reflect on it. What does it feel like? What are the results?
It's a good exercise because ultimately this isn't about being a phony. It's about understanding how mindset and behavior interact.
Mhm.
Faking it, used carefully, can be a tool to nudge yourself towards real growth. But it's a specific tool, not a general life strategy.
Exactly. Use it wisely, strategically, know its limits. Thanks for diving deep with us today.